Boom, and we're live.
Oh,
Let's go, boys. Welcome back. We've got
Football
the man
is back.
Stinky Picks. Thank God. I almost didn't survive the offseason. The Bills-Rams game was good, but this last weekend,
a lot of crazy games.
As a Steelers fan,
Steelers game was wild.
Steelers game, I gave up on it twice. I literally like walked away from my television twice. I was like, it's over. Oh no, it's not.
Man. That was wild.
And you know, we'll get into the rankings, but Guy and I's matchup literally lasted to the last snap of football. Literally, the last snap of football decided Guy
and it was
and I's
the
matchup,
missed kick, and you lost it, right?
The missed kick. Yeah, if McManus hits the 60-yarder, I win.
But he was
and
never going to hit.
This is, guys, it was. But like,
what if they kept driving and it became a 30-yarder? Then you win it.
I lose.
Oh, you lose?
No, I lose. I needed 5 points.
Oh.
Yeah.
I needed the 50-yarder. I needed the big kick. They could have gotten one more first down. If they got one more first down and kicked it within
you thought it was
yards,
like it was Providence. It was like this doesn't make any sense. Why are they kicking?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for me. It's for me to win my fantasy matchup.
That's exactly right. Jacob texted me before the drive starts, and he's like, "I'm rooting for you," and I'm like, "Thanks, man. I need a 50-yarder, so it's not going to happen." And then they like start lighting up, and I get like a flood of texts from like Sam and Josh and Jacob. It's happening!
It's happening.
Yeah, because I remember looking at
and then he missed,
man, and I was just like, "There's no way Luke's winning this, right?" And then I see the percentage shoot up. I'm like, "Wait, he actually might." I was like, "Oh my god, he just needs one more." That was
and then I was depressed going to bed that night. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like if he just didn't have a chance, like I could have turned the game off or at least not paid attention to it. But I was sitting there like,
Steelers won.
Oh yeah. We should have lost that game. But whatever.
They lost.
The Steelers game was so stupid. Anyway, football is back, boys. It's great. It's good to be here. Week 1 rankings. We did our post-draft rankings, and now we get to really see where the league is because all of our decisions can be made after 1 week, right? This is definitive. We won't have to come back to this at all, right, boys?
Yeah, this is it. Now we know. Pre-draft we didn't know, but now
we know. This is actually now we know. Okay, so starting at 12, it's Josh Kestner.
And moving on to 11.
Let's name a good thing about Josh Kestner's roster. Cooper Cup quality.
That's a very good thing.
Okay, literally that's it.
I mean,
moving
what
on.
What does Kestner do? Like, I don't think he can win enough games to scrape into playoffs. So why not just just sell Cup for picks?
It's the only thing he can sell.
The farm too. I was talking with Josh on the way to the draft, and I was like,
"It sucks. I feel bad for him."
Like 2 years from now, the draft picks. Like, what if somebody just traded away all their draft picks for like the next year? Like literally.
Yeah. What do you mean?
2024.
But I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't buy them. Like, I don't want to sell my following year. So how do you find a buyer?
2 years and 2 years and 3 years away is so unknown that it's hard to value those picks.
But it's just funny. I thought it would be funny if Kestner sold 20.
I don't think it should be allowed. I don't know if we can disable it in Sleeper, but it really shouldn't be allowed. Because if someone's doing that, they're probably about to leave the league.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was gonna say. I was like, you just leave the league for the next year, and you screw whoever's taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never even thought about that setting. I think it's cool because I'm all about me, Lamar to the deal, all about trades, trying to find value.
But there's no investment.
But
so it doesn't really make sense.
Well, so I was dealing with a manager before week 1, and we were trying to work out me getting a player, and I was offering picks, and I was offering him higher picks in 2024. So I was like, I'll give you this in 2023, but I'll give you this in 2024. Wow. It didn't budge, obviously. That deal didn't go through. But it was definitely I was trying to give him the incentive of this is a long-term deal.
Wow.
You won't see the impact. Anyway.
So just real quick on Kestner.
Kestner's team sucks.
It's tough because Okay, Akers was a keeper. Cup is awesome. St. Brown was really good. Schultz probably would have been good. It's like Schultz suffers from no Dak. Harris is out with an injury. Keenan Allen is out with an injury. It's like, man, there's literally nothing left.
He has literally can't start running back this week. I know he has Harris and Akers in the lineup. Akers is going to get 5 carries for 3 yards. Harris, I don't think is going to play. I should
trade him, Jeff Wilson.
And then it's like, yeah, I mean, try. The man is like, I don't want to hold on to my rookie running backs. They might show up. It'll be too late, Kessler. Yeah. There's no time.
Well, I just think it's so funny. Anyway. Spots is like James Cook, who fumbles on his first touch. And then they ever again, probably.
That's so unlucky.
Like, oh my.
Yeah, Keenan Allen is hurt, so I guess, I don't think it's too early to sell the farm, but I think you got to get really creative. I can't wait to kill him this week. All right. At 11, it's Kenneth Grenfell. Ken moves down 3 spots from last week.
Unfortunate.
And we all kind of have him in this bottom end. And I think it's just because I don't want to spend too much time on it, but his roster is just meh, right? Just like Herbert's good, Henry's fine.
Herbert, Deebo maybe, but Deebo didn't even do great.
Passing game's non-existent in Tennessee, so Henry is getting the boxes. Maybe he gets better. Don't count the big dog, I guess.
I don't know. Sanders, man. RB1.
Facts.
Well, Sanders, in a blowout game, only had 13 carries.
They split so much with people.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I'm glad he had a good game, but Gainwell and Scott both had work. In a blowout. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. His team has some holes, but they're not hard to fill holes. So you can make do there.
Drake London was promising.
Yeah.
But yeah, at 11. All right, moving on. I can't believe Santos is here at 10. Because have you guys looked at his roster? I know he won. Santos won, and good for you, Santos. You have Bills on your team, and that's awesome. But you have Josh Allen, QB1. No doubt. Diggs, top 5 receiver, no doubt. DeAndre Swift looked really good. He's hurt, though. Hurt. Might not play. Dave Montgomery was terrible. Zach Ertz is hurt. Scantling, Woods, Tony, Parker, Ingram, Robinson, all combined for 10 points. All of them.
Yeah.
Michael Carter's the starter for the Jets? Woo! This roster is terrible. I do not like this roster at all. But he won. Or really, Mark lost. But he's here at 10. Any other,
Yeah, it's not great. I don't like having Montgomery as my number 2 running back. I intentionally stayed as far away as possible. I think, Noah, you probably feel the same way after last year. But
was Montgomery really good last year?
Huh?
Wasn't Montgomery really good last year?
No, he wasn't great.
Oh, maybe I have happy feelings about him because he was really good the year before or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was the year before he was really good. But I feel like Herbert,
he was all right last year.
He might take that starting job. I don't know. It's not looking good.
I'm not really making any judgments on Bears players yet because that game was a wash.
That's true. That first game was up where they were playing in a literal pond.
Yeah.
So that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, his wideouts are rough.
Yeah.
He has no wide receiver, too. Literally doesn't have one. It's Diggs,
you could probably
and I guess
drop
Diggs is 2 receivers,
Parker, Tony, and Woods for...
You could cut Woods.
For other wide receiver flyers on the waiver wire.
The Giants' offense is Saquon Barkley. There's no wide receiver game there. Literally nothing. And everyone thinks he's going to be the guy, but I don't know.
Hey, but he's got a dub. That's more than some of us can say.
That's more than me. Santos, I will trade you Damian Harris for your win right now. If you want to give me your win, I'll give you Damian Harris.
Hang on, this changes everything.
Trade for everything. All right, moving on at 9, up 2 spots. I don't know why he was at 11. It's Bryn. Bryn did not have a good game. But I like his. I'm still kind of high on this team. I know that the other rankers were not. I know Komet had a goose. We already talked about the Bears game being a slog. Yeah. Etienne is the biggest question mark here. I think that Pittman. You put Jerry Jeudy in the flex, right? You pull Jacobs, you put Jerry Jeudy in the flex.
Yeah.
And so then it's Jeudy, Pittman, Hill, Cook, Brady. I mean, I think Komet's going to be fine, but if not, play Gerald Everett because he's great, and Keenan Allen's out. I like this team a lot.
Yeah, no. The starting lineup is pretty solid. Like, I think the only hole really is just that RB2, but Josh Jacobs and Travis Etienne are, I guess, feasible, right? Like hopefully Etienne starts to take over that starting job, gets worked in the passing game more, hopefully, than James Robinson. But right now it seems like Robinson is the guy. Who knows what happens later on in the season. Obviously, Cook is pretty solid.
I think that's why he has the 2-spot move up. We can all see it.
Yeah. The roster's there.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that imagine the same team. Picture the same exact team, but instead of Justin Tucker, you have David Montgomery, Devin Singletary, Josh Jacobs, Chase Edmonds, A.J. Dillon, any of those guys. If you picture any of those guys, we have a completely different conversation.
A.J. Dillon would make this team really good.
Insane. Could have had any of them. Got Justin Tucker. Not letting me go. All right. Moving on. Bryn, you could do better. Mark is here at 8, and Mark suffers from Dak really throwing the game for him. This roster's like good. Let me see if I can pull it up. I just lost it. Blunt Force Llamas. Where did you go? Okay. Holy Saquon Barkley.
He's back.
He's back. Oh my god.
He's their offense.
He averaged 9 yards a carry. 9 yards a carry. And Chubb had a phenomenal game. 22 for 141, 0 touchdowns.
Was his
work in the passing game.
Lowest yardage carry, the 2-point conversion? That would be really funny if that was the case. Yeah.
For Barkley?
Yeah. I think so.
Maybe. He could be. He had like several huge chunk runs that kind of eat up your YPC. Like he could have been buried for a loss.
Yeah.
His YPC still comes out at 9. Chubb had a big game, but suffers from Kareem Hunt. And we talked about that post-draft. That's the problem with Chubb, is he's very, very good, very, very talented. And when he gets in the end zone, you're celebrating. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, he has to go,
but because of the split platform,
he has to go on like a 30, 40-yard run to get his touchdowns. And as a Chubb owner last year, it was pretty frustrating. And, I mean, that was even with, like, Kareem Hunt out, like, for, like, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't give him the ball in the red zone. Like, I just didn't understand. It was so weird. So, like, he will have those 60-yard runs for touchdowns. It's just not going to be as much as, like, if he had the ball in the red zone. So it's just unfortunate.
Tight end's a position of concern here, too. Dawson Knox did nothing. Don't know if that was game script or just not involved.
Yeah,
didn't address it at all. Which, I mean, like, these late-round tight ends,
They're
I
all
guess you roll with them again. Yeah.
Oh, dice throw.
So you see what you got if you didn't like anything else. The bench is a concern. Spiller, not doing much. Cooper, Lockett, Tolbert likely did nothing. Penny was kind of good, I guess. But I love A.J. Brown.
Wow.
Love me some A.J. Brown.
Man, I kind of wish I had A.J. Brown now.
Yeah, same.
Me too. Yeah, yeah, same. And I like this the scoop. Like I said, Dak is on the back burner. He might even cut him, which is fine. Grab Derek Carr. Derek Carr's gonna be fine. Plays Arizona this week. But Mark's here at 8. Moved up 1. Good job, Mark. Even in the loss, you moved up. All right, at 7. And guys, just stop me if you've missed something about a team. At 7, we've got TJ's Jock Strap. It's the Kobayashi, the first of the Kobayashis to be mentioned. And Sam, tell me why you beat this team.
Well, it wasn't looking good at the start, that's for sure. I mean, I will say, like, my team was not performing well towards the top. But once JT got going, he, like, ignited the fire in my fantasy team to push through. But, I mean, I think the funniest part about Josh's team was just Aaron Jones versus A.J. Dillon. Like, granted, I didn't start A.J. Dillon, and that's for different reasons. But, I mean, Aaron Jones didn't do as well as probably he wanted. Like his running back one was Kareem Hunt, which no one saw coming. I think during the preseason, everyone was like, "Oh, Kareem Hunt's your RB2." Like we were laughing at that, which is just kind of funny. But I mean, he now has Curtis Samuel in the flex, which I think is really interesting, and I think is actually a pretty good start. I think he was texting me that Dobbins actually might be back. So I'm curious.
Yeah, he might.
And Swift might be out, which would make Jamal Williams a smash
Would you
play.
Start one of those guys over Aaron Jones?
I would start Jamal Williams.
Yeah,
if he was alone in the
Jamal, yes. Dobbins, no.
Wow.
Not Dobbins, yeah, agreed. But I would bench Samuel. I'd play any of those guys over Samuel.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I'd play the upside of Dobbins over Samuel, especially because he's playing against Brent.
Not true.
He needs some boom. Deontay's a concern. I think the Steelers. He had 12 targets, which is great, but I think the Steelers' offense is, and I hate to say this because I'm a big fan, not good for fantasy. And Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon splits are going to make them both like RB2s, which is great for the Dillon owner because you paid way less for him. But in Josh's case, you're counting on Jones to kind of carry your RB room. Hunt had 2 touchdowns. He had 60 yards, so but 2 touchdowns, which really saved his day. You can't count on 2 touchdowns every week. Like Chubb will get one of those, and then where you're at, you know what I mean, or both. I think that's why he's on the lower end. I love his receiver room. Otherwise, I know that I'm down on Deontay, but Adams is everything we thought Adams would be.
Doesn't matter where he is.
Stud. I agree with you. I think the Samuel pickup's good. DeAndre Hopkins will come back. Godwin getting hurt really doesn't hurt the team as much. I do like Olave. Like, there's a lot to like. I think Alberto can go to the waiver wire.
Yeah.
A lot to like. Know anything else?
No, I wouldn't be concerned about Hunt. Like, he should definitely continue to start him. 11 attempts, 4 targets. That's pretty juicy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, I think he was like RB6 on the week. I wouldn't expect
No,
that.
yeah, I mean, the upside is caps just being second in attempts probably every week on the team, but it's going to be productive.
Right. All right, and at 6, moving 3 spots down, is Justin. The illustrious Justin couldn't be here tonight. He's doing something in Hawaii, whatever. And Noah, tell me why. We're all kind of in the same area. You're the highest on him.
Look here. I mean, the running backs.
Tell me where you're at on this team.
I would love to have James Conner. I'm eating crow on a lot of players that I said I didn't really feel that great about him preseason, but and Darrell Henderson as well is going to feast. Kelsey, Kelsey's the wide receiver 1, so I'm just like imagining one of his wide receivers as his actual tight end. I guess T. Higgins is a little bit rough. But the bench is good. Like Robinson, Metcalf, I'm happy with that.
James Robinson one, man. That's a big one.
And then I still haven't made a judgment on
Robinson.
Lance. Like it was the same Chicago game. It's tough to know what's going to happen there.
Yeah. Agreed about that. Yeah. The whole San Francisco offense is like, well, do it again.
Yeah.
Let's actually find out. Higgins is hurt, and I think that just highlights the weakness of the team is the receivers.
Because Devonta Smith,
Christian Watson.
I don't think you can start.
No, I wouldn't.
After 0?
No, Christian Watson.
And Metcalf had 7 targets, 7 catches, 30 yards.
Awful.
I think you could start him, but you got to temper your expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, he can maybe get you 10.
If he scores a touchdown.
There you go.
He is the red zone target normally when they're in the red zone.
That touchdown, man.
They were playing the Seattle Seahawks were playing this really fun 3 tight end boot, like fun to watch, terrible for fantasy offense. Gino was just dicing him up, hitting Will Dissly and Noah Fant in a flat, and which again fun to watch. Like watching a naked boot roll out, hit someone 20 yards on the field is great, but when it's the lumbering tight end 81, it's like yay!
That helps no one.
That helps no one. Yeah, that helps no one. And that was kind of why Metcalf fell, Lockett as well, just because they're not going to be reliable. If Higgins comes back, I do think Higgins is going to be fine once he comes back. But concussions are tricky, and getting one this early is not good. Like, even if he is able to bounce back quickly, he's very likely to re-injure himself. And it just circles a big concern. But like you said, Noah, the bench is great. Like, he has ammo to make moves. I have no doubt that Justin is actively trying to fix that as we speak in Hawaii. All right. Justin's at 6. And at 5, I drop a spot. Come on, guys. I played
Blame Sam.
Guy, what do you want me to do? It was the last snap. It was just a different story. Anyway, I'm at 5. And you guys are lower on my team. Sam, why do you not like my team so much?
I think the wide receiver play is pretty poor. CD is your wide receiver 1, but he played like crap, and now he has no Dak, so that's not going to go well.
Speaking the
Christian
truth here.
Kirk, who knows? Maybe he turns into a wide receiver 1. I don't know. I mean, you just need the Jags to be not bottom 5 offense. That's what you need.
Okay, let me ask you this: CD is the hole, right? What other than CD Lamb's unknown? I know he only had 2 points or whatever. He had 11 targets, man. Yeah. Garbage time is going to happen. So forget about CD. Other than CD, what do you have against the squad? I think the squad's fantastic.
Kamara's injury, and the record, and the bench depth is for me.
The bench depth's great.
For wide receivers now.
Where's the greatness?
Well, no, I guess the greatness.
I don't see it.
Okay, Ty Montgomery is out. Damian Harris is about to go nuclear. All right. Pollard is going to be in the game 24/7 because the Cowboys are going to be down immediately and have to pass the ball.
Watch the game.
Algier, I'll give you Algier. I don't even know why he's here right now. I guess he was a healthy scratch, so question mark there. Najee Harrison's going to play. Jaylen Warren is the RB1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Ayuk,
for an offense that is bad, by your own words.
Yeah, but like flex play, like he had every snap. Like literally, Najee got out and Warren was on the field every single snap after Najee went out. There was no other running back on volume alone. Ayuk, we have a question mark. We don't know yet. Jury's out. And Kyle Phillips was the leading receiver, bruh. Robert, who? 9 targets for Kyle Phillips, and no one put a bid in for him. I could have got it for $1. It's so frustrating. He's a great pickup.
All right, I'll give you a Kyle
Tannehill's
Phillips.
checking it down in the slot.
But
you didn't even look at him.
I cannot agree with your assessment of Harris and Pollard. I don't think that's how it's going to play out for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, that's fine. When they blow up, we'll revisit. But Patterson, Clyde, diamonds in the rough. I'll give you Kamara's usage was a little concerning, but I think he's going to be
long
fine.
term. He'll be fine.
He will.
Yeah, and Andrews had a downer game, but he had 2 goal line plays that Sauce Gardner broke up. Like they're trying to force him the ball in the red zone.
Yeah,
so I'm not concerned about it.
Andrews has the upside for sure.
Yeah. Like I didn't bury you. I'm
at 5.
At 5.
You guys both buried me. I was at 4 last week. All right.
It's true. He's 0-1. Could be 0-2.
It's true. I almost changed my kicker's nickname to Let's Go. I almost said I was funny. Like, it's not really his fault. Like 62-yarder, that's a lot to ask. Okay. I will say if he made the kick, I was already going to change his name to McManus, the myth, the legend.
Nickname to that.
Yeah. Let's go. If he gives me a dud and I cut him, I'll do it before I cut him. All right. Yeah, I'm on Ayuk. He had the first play from scrimmage, or like the third play from scrimmage, when the field was dry. It was like a 37-yard bomb. Then I was like, "Yo, let's go!" And then the rain came, and I was like, "All right,
good game."
I guess we won't know. Yeah. All right. Okay. At number 4, it's Jacob, up 3 spots. You guys are seeing the light. I was super high on Jacob. Everyone else wasn't last week, but now we are. Noah's still not. And tell me why you don't like 12.
Well, I would have put him above you, but I didn't want you to feel too bad. So it's just for your own sake. Who else did I have? I think I had Justin above him, whereas you guys had them reversed. So I was just higher on Justin. Like, got to win. Great manager, has ammo, like we talked about all his roster. But yeah, I mean, Jacobs' team is awesome. McLaurin making me eat crow. Jefferson is incredible. Antonio Gibson making everyone eat crow. Javonte Williams is who we thought he was.
Literally everyone.
Renfrow was a little bit of a question mark, but there are some options. And then, like, you scroll all the way down. It's like, oh, Kittle's down there. Look at that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Kittle's down there, and kind of good he didn't play, I guess, because like, it would be like, you know, just keep him out in the rain. Breece Hall is going to come around. I do like that he has the loaded gun of Breece Hall, like letting it mature, letting it develop. Doesn't have to.
And I think that's
him.
where like Gibson is really helpful because like Gibson gives you that short term value where like it might not work out like later down, but then you got Breece Hall that's like you're waiting on and could break out like later in the season. So I think like in terms of roster management, and I don't know if he intended to do this, like works out really well.
Oh, he's somewhat lucked into Gibson. Like he picked Gibson, and 2 minutes later we found out that Brian Robinson was shot. So it was like, oh, an RB1 in the 9th. But no, I agree. And like so, unlike Brin's team, where he needs ETN to perform now, Jacobs got the luxury of letting Breece Hall sit and marinate, which was cool. Good job, Jacob. Really, really maximizing the value of your added draft picks, some smart moves in the draft, some smart draft picks. I love it. And Jefferson.
Oh my God.
I mean, right now, you go back. Noah, you're taking Jefferson number 1 overall, right?
Well, at 2?
You're taking him at 2, right?
Yeah,
you are. Yeah, you are.
Well,
I took him 4 in my
with the rest of my team comp. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, with the rest of my team comp, I'll do it.
You put.
I just swap in one of my other RBs. Yeah, I'd do it.
On the Vikings, like the lack of Thielen usage was so shocking. And I know that they kind of like salted the win away. They went super hot with Jefferson and then just ground it out with Cook. So I think Thielen will bounce back, but Jefferson I think will just stay hot.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Okay. Because the Packers were a mess. All right. At 3, a fall from grace. If I could play violin, I would.
Not too far.
Noah
Listen.
finds himself out of the number 1 slot after 1 week.
It was bound to happen.
And what did you do, Noah, this week? You defeated the worst team in the
league.
Congratulations.
Listen, I got the job done, okay?
He has 1 more win than you.
Like, if I had lost to Kessler, I would have put myself at like 7.
Dude, Yo, that would have been so funny. Oh my gosh. Cam Akers scores 0 and you lose. I would have lost it. That's all I would have thought about. And I'm gonna just dive
tell me about my
team real quick because I don't like your team.
I noticed that in the rankings.
I don't. I don't like it. I love Cortland Sutton. I do think Christian McCaffrey will bounce back. I don't think Jeff Wilson's good. I don't. I know it was the rain game. I get it. I'm not using the Chicago game to base off of like that game was just terrible. But looking even last year, he had like 0 good games.
What?
Chase Edmonds usage.
Games. What are you talking about?
Jeff Wilson? No, he didn't.
19 points?
Ended the year with 48. He ended the year with 48
Well, it's because he only played like 3 games.
One game? Whoa, come on.
Bro, I don't care what his name is. He plays for the Niners. Like, that's all you need to know.
His name is Jeff. I think it's going to be a committee, or I think Debo's going to pick it up. Edmonds' usage was super surprising. I was super high on Edmonds. I was super high on Pierce. And shocking. I think Pierce will develop some more. I don't like Zeke. McCaffrey's going to be fine.
Because you're a collar donor? Murray, come on now.
I don't like Zeke. Dude, Zeke was playing fine on Sunday night, and they weren't giving him the football.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a huge problem. Like, ginormous
Well, I think it was also because they were getting down, so they had to throw the ball more.
Oh, they were down, so they have to throw the ball more? Wait, was Zeke in on those passing downs? No, he was not. That's why I don't like Zeke. They're not using him in the run game, and they're going to be down immediately. Like, this week they play the Bengals. The Bengals are going to go up 21-0 early, and Zeke's not going to see the field, which is stupid, okay, which is dumb. Because like I said, I think he was playing fine. I don't think he looked bad or slow. But the offensive line is terrible, and the coaching staff's just like, Pollard's our pass catching back. He's fast and nimble. And Pollard's a good player, but like I don't like Zeke. Don't like him. I'm not really. I don't think we've addressed the bad tight ends. I don't think Darren Waller was bad. I just think he's not Kelsey or Andrews, and so like
he's good. It's an auto start.
Thomas. Yeah. If you got Waller, you play. I didn't bury you, but I do have you at 5. Thomas is good, but he 5 catches, the 2 touchdowns really made his game. We can't count on that. I don't know. It's just like a lot of meh. I think your team's a lot of meh. Allen Robinson was woof.
Yeah, that was
like 2 targets, bro.
It's also against the Bills, though. The Bills have a really great defense.
And I do like Julio Jones, I suppose. So I like half your team. I'm just being mean to be mean. But Sam, tell me why I'm wrong.
I like his team. I think it has a lot of upside, and a lot of players that I wanted, partially, like Sutton. I believe in Robinson. I think he will. Like, he was on the field a lot. Like, he didn't get the ball, he didn't get targets, but I think that's just matchup. I think and maybe just game plan. But I think that he could actually be a solid wide receiver going forward. But obviously, just let that marinate on the bench and just see where that goes. But in terms of like the starting lineup, like I think it's good. Zeke is definitely a concern for me, I would say. And I don't know about Wilson as well. I agree with you, Luke, on Wilson. I don't really think he's that great, but I guess he's the starting running back. So we'll see what happens.
It's fine. He's just going to get hurt in the 3rd drive and then he'll put in someone else.
All of those running backs do, apparently, every year. Man. But no, McCaffrey will bounce back. He's going to be good.
Yeah. But like even McCaffrey, I had him circled in pre-draft like as the number 1 player, I think. I think if I was at 1, I was taking him over JT. Literally for the upside.
The upside's good.
And he only had 10 carries in a close game.
And I think I saw like a stat that they only ran like 50 plays. And like I think the Jets like threw like 50 passes. It was like some
McCaffrey?
The Panthers. Panthers only ran like 50 plays, and like the Jets threw the ball like 50 times. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, Flacco had 59 attempts.
So I know week 1 is the week of overreaction, really so totally fair points on everything. I'm not worried about McCaffrey at all. I do think Thomas will be a solid wide receiver too.
I agree.
Like he's not that old. If he is healthy, like he's insane, and Jameis is going to get him the ball. I'm not worried about Robinson, although it is kind of a wait and see, just because I don't know if Stafford can get it done. It's like I'm not worried about Robinson. I know he's awesome. I'm not worried about McVay because he's a great head coach. But like, is Stafford able to get to the second read? Maybe it's an O-line problem. Maybe it's a Stafford problem. We'll have to wait and see. Because if he can only just immediately,
it might have been a Bills. It may have been a
Bills problem. Yeah, if he can only just grab the ball and throw it to Kupp immediately, then what am I going to do? Like,
right?
If you can't get Robinson the ball, then it doesn't matter how good of a player he is. Who else is there to talk about? I mean, I'm excited to see what Mooney can do. He basically hasn't played in my mind yet. I think I could definitely start Jones over Wilson. I just think depending on the matchup, the Niners RB is going to be good. Like we always say, it's going to be committee. They never do committees. Like it's always a hot hand guy, and it may not be Wilson, but like he said it was in the past. So I don't have any reason to think otherwise.
Yeah.
And here's the Zeke thing. I don't know why I have a good feeling about Zeke. Like his yards per carry was great. It was a weird game for them because nobody could score a touchdown. But here's the wager on Zeke, and we'll let the wager, judge,
takes it.
Make the judge. Well, it's only for you, Luke. The wager is, and we can discuss what the winner or loser gets. But over the next 3 weeks, Ezekiel Elliott will outscore CeeDee Lamb. Will you take the wager?
The next 3 weeks.
Cumulative. Cumulative.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Not on a week basis, total.
All right.
I'll take you.
So I think the wager could be like team name for a week or something, or like $1 FAAB or something.
Yeah, team name. Our usual wager. Team name and picture for a week.
Good, because I haven't set my team name.
When do you and I play?
So you can help me with that.
Spiller's not even on the roster.
We probably play next week because I don't play this week, so it must be next week.
Yeah, we do. Bummer. Yo, you wanna go double or nothing on our normal too? Like next week, whoever wins.
Sure, I probably won't have set my team name.
I guess not. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how many injuries I pick up between.
We'll address it. Yeah. Fair. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. CD versus.
Yeah, but I mean, Sutton was definitely targeted. Should have had a touchdown, or could have had a touchdown. Yeah. I think Murray's even in garbage time going to ball out. Like I'm not worried about my team at all. I think it's awesome.
Like, I love Murray, and I know Sutton didn't have like a big game, but him and Judy will flip flop like the TD or like.
We'll see.
I think they're both going to be
because
good.
Like you take away Judy's blown coverage TD and the story looks a lot different. So
same targets.
That's true. Same targets.
Like same amount of targets. Like I think it'll because like I think targets. Sutton's a better red zone target. Judy is faster and will have those broken plays. Like that's his scream and butter. In college, that's all he did. You hit a slant and just take it.
That wasn't the case, but yeah, that may occur. But it was like the corner literally just fell down.
Yeah. But I'm saying like that stuff will happen where like he gets lucky and then he'll make the safety go. And anyway, I like Sutton though a lot. A lot. You want to trade him? CeeDee Lamb. Okay.
Not for CeeDee.
Not CeeDee Lamb. All right. That's enough about Noah. Next is the only person in the entire league who didn't change his ranking. And it's Sam. Sam,
no change.
Went into week 1, got the job done, got out. That was his plan. That was his mission. I've got him at 2. Noah's got him at 1. Sam's down on himself at 3. Sam, why are you so down on yourself? Me and Noah are going to pump you up in a second. Tell us why you're concerned.
For me. I mean, obviously, like having A.J. Dillon's huge on the bench, but I think my bench my depth now is kind of hurting, which is not great, but it is week 1. We'll see what happens.
Yo, you have the backup San Francisco running back.
Who's your injury?
He's not. He's not. Moster's not on the Niners.
I think that's just kind of why I dropped myself. Just injury.
Where's your injury?
Elijah Mitchell.
Oh, Mitchell.
Right.
Did you
drop him?
No
running back depth. Like none.
Literally none.
I was on IR.
Oh, on IR. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I knew RB2 was going to probably be my weak spot in my roster. So the fact that right now I don't have a weak spot in it in the starting lineup is actually pretty darn good. Because I had questions about, obviously didn't know what A.J. Dillon was going to do, and obviously didn't know how Elijah Mitchell was going to hold up, which I was right.
He survived his injury and didn't lose a step in the following week side matchup, so that's good to go.
Which sucks because I was really high on him. I was like, if he can just stay healthy, he's going to be amazing. Like, and he was good. Like, what did he average per carry? Like 6 yards per carry for our 6 touches. Like almost 7 yards per carry. Like he was balling, but it is what it is. That's football.
That is football. It was gonna people were gonna get hurt. No, tell me why you got him at 1 because I'm with you. I like almost flipped a coin on my ranking. So I'm almost.
I was just going head to head with our actual number 1 guy, and I just think this roster rocks. Like Pitts will definitely bounce back. Dillon broke out. I think like he's an auto start.
Yeah,
and Taylor.
I guess that's where it makes it easy with Elijah Mitchell getting hurt because I don't know if like Elijah Mitchell breaks out too on week 1. Like, who do I start?
You play all 3.
Yeah,
I would play all 3. The guaranteed touches over your receiver, like you pick your best 2 receivers. I'm with you, Noah. I think my one hesitation, and this is where I had Guy last week, was that the running back room, I didn't like the depth on Guy's team, and I said if one of his 1 or 2s go down, the team is in bad. And I didn't have the concern for Sam because he had Dillon on the bench. We literally talked about it. We were like, he has Elijah Mitchell, he has Jonathan Taylor. Oh, Dillon's on the bench. He's going to be fine. And then he lost his running back. So, that's my only concern. It's not a big concern because you can't project injury. But the lack of depth, like if one of these guys go down, Taylor or Dillon, it's like, what do you do?
Well, that's what
Like, I'm not playing Mostert. I mean, I guess you might have to play Mostert, like or Diller. Like, you got to get really creative.
And I think
but you already suffered
that's
your
where
injury.
it's like, what can you do at that point? You lose both your RB2s. Like, you can't.
Right.
Like, when I was drafting these
very
guys,
bad
like, of course, injury is a concern, but I was like, you can't like draft 3 backup running backs for your RB2. Like, that is unless you're Luke.
Says who? Have you seen my roster?
Unless you're Luke.
Let's check the draft recap.
Hold on, time out.
And to be honest, like when you have Jonathan Taylor, and we've seen this before, right? Like he is your RB1 and 2 to some degree. You just need somebody that will get more than 0 points to some degree. So that's kind of the way I've seen it.
It's true. Yeah, but love the roster. Patty Mahomes plays Justin.
Yeah, I play Justin. Should be a good matchup.
Always a saucy matchup.
Yo, pick him. You're gonna kill him. Sam by 20.
I hope so. I think the big question marks for me this week are going to be, what does Mike Williams do?
Yeah, I think Sam will win.
If Mike Williams shows out, I think I have the dub easily.
I got Sam by a lot. I'm thinking I think, gun to my head, you win by 20 plus 30.
Which that would be a nice change of pace because every
I'll go
time
with
I
some
face
more
Justin, I think he
conservative,
puts up his season high
12 to 15.
Dude,
I don't think Justin is capable of season high right now.
No. Well, especially with Higgins out. Mahomes over Lance every day of the week. Taylor over Mixon every day of the week. Dylan over.
You think so?
Not for me. Not for
this
me.
matchup. I would. Evans over whoever Cooks. Whoever's going to be his wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I guess Cooks. Williams over whoever's wide receiver 2 is going to be. Kelsey has the edge on Pitts.
Big edge.
Sure. But
way over.
Sam does get a chunk of that pie. Like whatever Kelsey scores, Sam scores too.
It's true.
Which does take a little wind out of sails. And then Henderson is, I guess, I'd take a starting running back from McVay offense over the second Miami. Mm-hmm. But that's 2 positional advantages in the whole lineup. Easy smash, in my opinion.
I agree. I really hope this turns out to be really, really good. Yeah.
They'll figure it out. All right. And number 1, he earned it.
Yeah.
He earned it.
He did.
Came out there, won the game.
All of his picks
great
were
starting lineup.
who he thought they would be.
And here he is. Guy DeBlanc started with nothing. Last year came in, drafted the best roster in the NFL for someone else. Put together a crap team, reloaded, and here he is balling out. Who needs Austin?
Yeah.
You know what? Joe Burrow can throw 5 or have 5 turnovers, still score almost 20. Were we wrong maybe about Burrow and Murray? Because like 5 turnovers is not going to happen again. Like the man almost scored 20 points with 5 turnovers. That's negative 10. He had negative 10. He should have had 30 points.
Granted, they went into overtime, so that obviously helps.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything overtime. He had like 50 more yards. Fournette, stud. Brandon, you should have kept him. That was dumb.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Fournette's a stud. 20-some carries. Got pulled in the fourth quarter just because they were up.
Yeah. He was eating, bro. He was eating.
He was dominating. It was painful to watch.
It's like I needed Mike Evans to score me 8 more points, and they were just handing the ball off every single time.
Boom. Jamar Chase, stud. DJ Moore, concerns. I think he's going to bounce back, but he has
that's a great.
I really like on the bench. Dallas Goedert was good, and Dallas Goedert did exactly what I was hoping or thought.
Wait.
Only
so
4
you're
targets.
high on Dotson.
Yeah,
but you're low on Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas had more targets than Dotson, more receptions.
Are you ready for some insanity? I like the Washington offense more than
where Carson Wentz is back, baby.
Completely
flipped the script.
He is.
Man.
Push comes to shove. I have Thomas ranked over Dotson, but I do like Dotson.
That's a wide receiver. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Goddard
your
did exactly what I was going to do. I guess it was a blowout game, still at 7 points, and he's going to be used in the passing game. Gabe Davis, stud. I wish I had Gabe Davis as my wide receiver too. I wanted him to be he was drafted before I could get there. So all these players, I never even had a chance to draft. Like, I didn't even have the opportunity.
Just taking them around sooner.
And they're so good. I could have taken the second round. Like, I had no picks. And, Matt Gay had 6 points,
Great
I guess.
keeper.
Keep a kicker in 15th, whatever. Anyway, we haven't been talking about kickers and defense anyway. The starting lineup's fantastic. I have concerns about the running back depth. But without Montgomery, the same argument that I made about Harris can be made about Stevenson. Hines got passing work, six targets. Pretty good. Lost a fumble. But yeah, he earned it. Guy went out there, got the dub. Quality. Best running back room in the league, probably. Maybe.
Just top 2 or top 3?
Top two. Starting running backs.
I'll give him that top 2. I'll give him top 2.
Yeah. I mean, Justin after?
Yeah, probably.
Mixing
yeah.
Connor?
I thought you said my running backs were better.
Well, you might. Hold on, wait.
We did a matchup.
Jonathan Taylor. Just take it back.
Over James Conner.
Yeah. Well, I said matchup. I said matchup based this week. Matchup based. I like AJ Dillon over Connor this week. Season long is different. Yeah, Guy, good job, buddy. And it was a pleasure playing you and having my heart broken on the last snap of football. It was fun. Guy and I were texting back and forth during the Bucs and Cowboys game. It was all jolly and good. And while I was watching CD do nothing, I'm just crying inside. Yeah, you're eating away my lead. It's so great. Anyway, there you have it. So Guy number 1, Sam 2, Noah 3, Jacob 4, me at 5, Justin Kobayashi at 6, Josh Kobayashi at 7, Mark, Bryn, Santos, Ken, and Kessner. Fix your team. All right, so we also want to talk about, real quick, we've been chatting a long time. Last year, we voted for FAAB. We wanted FAAB. The league said we want FAAB. We want to have the opportunity to go get a player if we really want him and not have wire screw us. And that's what happened. 13 waiver claims. 13. All had money on them except for 2 kickers, so fine. Don't spend money on a kicker, I get it. Unless you're Santos and spend money on a kicker. And let's talk about some of these pickups. So I think the 5 total bids, and I love how it shows us. Josh edges out the competition on Curtis Samuel with
close.
$17 bid. I had $17 as well, but he had waiver priority on.
What was your
which is a big bummer.
You're thinking
he's one spot
in
ahead
terms of at least maybe for this one with $17. Like, why 17?
Oh, why did I bid 17? Okay, so here's why. I thought 10 was a good baseline, and then I had to decide for me, and it was a percentage based on how much money I was spending or I had in my bank, which is $100 or 99 or something. I don't think I spent any. So 10 was baseline, and then I had to decide, did I really, really want him, or did I just try to want to win the thing? And I really, really wanted Samuel. So if I really, really want him, I'm gonna jump to 15. But then everyone jumps to 15, so you can't go to 15. So then you go to 16. But then everyone thinks you're at 15. You jump to 16. So then you go to 17. That was my logic.
You were one shy. You just need to do that one more time.
And I was.
But what if somebody thinks the exact same thing that I do? Okay, let's go to 18.
Yeah. Enough, it might be 99, actually. I think 99 might do it.
That probably would have gone.
Yeah, I think you should have gone 99.
You had to say something.
Well, so again, it's all like based on what the value is for Samuel. I think he has season long value, but I don't think he's ever going to crack. I don't think he's ever going to be a wide receiver 2. I think he's going to be like a wide receiver 3 flex play. So what do you value that at? And then you go from there. That was my thought process in the FAAB. So, I spent $22 for nothing. And not for nothing. So not for nothing. So I can walk you through this bid. So no one else bid on this guy. I don't understand that at all. And I thought you all were more savvy, but apparently not. So here's my logic. My bid was to beat Kessner. This is my logic. Harris is up in the air right now.
Yeah.
Harris is up in the air.
If anyone would have bet on him, it should have been Kessner.
Yeah.
Should have been Kessner. And Kessner should have been, like, in my opinion, like 20 to 30%
Yeah,
of
should have been
FAAB.
desperate.
Now, I didn't think he would go all the way. Like, I didn't want to spend 30. Like, if he was going to spend 30% of FAAB, he could have him. But if he was going to spend 20% of FAAB, then I was like, all right, then I'll go 21. But then everyone thinks you're going to go 21. So
I just hope the whole season is Luke playing mind games with himself with FAAB.
Yeah. He's going to keep going up because somebody else is going to go up too. He's giving everyone his
just like we're in week 8 and he's dropping like 60% of his FAAB on nobody just because he's like he's like Charlie with the schizo map. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I love when he's just not going to be able to bid on kickers and defenses, and everyone's going to be bidding 1 or 2, and he's going to lose because Santos is bidding 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think that has to be what Santos did with his kicker, right? He's like, okay, no one's putting money on a kicker, but if I really want to kick, I'll put 1. But everyone's going to put 1 if they really want it. So I'm going to. So anyway, that was my logic on the Jaylen Warren.
And I sit on the toilet.
But now, I will. So I will say that now I have like $65 worth of FAAB left. So my FAAB will be different now because I'm basing my percentages are going to be weird, whereas everyone's kind of hovering at 100. But that was my thought process on Warren, and then no one put a bid in it, which like I don't get it. Like I know the Steelers' offense isn't exciting, but like. Especially for some of these teams that we talked about that desperately need a running back play, a starting running back on a starting NFL roster with zero competition kind of feels like a good play. And
at least worth the $4
yesterday,
if we,
but like, yeah. If Kessner wasn't so desperate, and I thought Kessner was just going to try to snap up his handcuff, I would have bet a lot less. But my bid was literally just to beat Kessner out. We have a couple different ones. We have this is interesting. We have the Taysom Hill going for 12 and Beach Bums put in 3. So Santos is really the only one that was valuing Taysom Hill. And I like trying to take the shot at a tight end that you think might have like long-term value. It's better than what he was getting. I forget who he had, but
I think
like he was getting.
If you're in a streaming tight end situation, like Taysom Hill is not that bad of a play because he's going to have 1-point weeks and then he's going to have 12-point weeks. And that's kind of what you're getting streaming tight ends in general.
Yeah.
So why not just slot him in there and let it ride?
Yeah.
There are worse plays to be made than doing that. So I'm fine with it. I mean, yeah, I think he overbid, but at least he got his guy. Didn't break the bank.
Yeah, I mean, 12 is not much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just cool to see what everyone is
like
bidding
that.
and like what is everyone's values.
Yeah, I didn't know it would show all the bids. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Which will help. So like in 2 or 3 years, like we're gonna evolve as a league bidding, and like we'll like know kind of what people like to bid, how they like to bid, whatever. The first couple weeks, which I was so excited about it, is so telling on how people. Then like we'll adjust. Like now that you know my little, go. Like you might play a mind game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna like screw with everybody, which is fun. That's another.
It is fun. Yeah, a lot of game theory.
Yeah, so that's Taysom Hill. So then we have Kyle Phillips, who is the second receiver I wanted after Curtis Samuel, and I wanted him. I think he has long-term value as a wide receiver 3 flex play, but I didn't really, really want him. Like I really, really wanted Curtis Samuel. I was like, if Phillips doesn't go, but this is the valuation, hence the 11. But then again, nobody bid on him, which like I look foolish for putting 11 on him, but like 9, he had like 35% of the target share. I just don't understand why no one was looking at this guy. But anyway. Sucks for you all. I'm glad he's on my team. So Dontrell Hilliard's another great one, and here you edge out Beach Bums, and you guys have similar thought process, right? Like throw away RB, take a shot. He's going to be the guy if ever goes down. Don't spend too much.
I need the flex play, or I need the backup running back play. Like we'll see what happens. Who knows? Henry goes down. Like
I love it. That's a perfect. And Justin had the same theory with Watson, just no one else put a bid on him. I thought about going for Watson as like a third receiver, but I kind of figured I would get Phillips at 11. And I'm not crazy on him, but I like it. 2 bids for the Bengals defense, and I'm glad I paid 5. I almost put 3, and I think Santos would have got me. So that's nice. New England Patriots go for 2. And you can also track, like, look, Santos made, like, he wanted the Pats D or the Bengals D. There's a couple kicker plays here. I had a bid in on the Steelers defense, but I preferred the Bengals D and won that one, so that worked out for Justin and for me. So yeah, really cool to see it come through. And kind of read
Makes
into it.
Fantasy a lot more fun. Like this is so much cooler than just rolling waivers.
And obviously having another trading asset
Agreed.
is great.
It's actually something to look forward to every week or every day even.
Well, and it's like every day. Like it's every day. Like, you know, people are going to make moves, you know, drop it like it's hot. Maybe someone's going after the Isaiah McKinley or the Wan'Dale Robinson for, you know, whatever reason. We're going to get to see it run off every day, which is cool.
It's exciting.
Yeah. But that's FAAB. So I'm really excited for it. I think next year even we'll see even like smarter, cleaner lines. We're going to see some jumps. I know I lost a bet. I'll bring it up. I lost a bet with Justin. I bet him that there would be a player that someone would just go ham for. And I think on the pod I said it would be like $70+. And
we were all wildly off on that one.
Yeah, Justin
but there
was
really
like,
wasn't that
no
player
one will
that
go
like
over 40.
At, so
right. So like last year, the player was Elijah Mitchell. So let's like backtrack. Mostert goes down. Elijah Mitchell's available. What are you guys bidding? Like depending on your need. Like if I forget where I was at a running back, but if I need a running back, I'm in 70. So
yeah, I think I came off a loss, and I don't know if I needed a running back, but it definitely helped. Like I don't think I had a running back beyond a running back too. So I don't think I would have bet more than 50. I probably would be around the 45 range, and I don't know if that would have won, but like I think it's just my play style. I wouldn't have gone all out for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone all out too. I think I played pretty conservative, at least week one. It's so early. Like, I want to see how everyone else is playing too.
It's true.
Not necessarily play like retroactively,
because unless your players are injured, it's so hard to make judgments off them or for them just on 1 week.
Yeah,
even though you could be having like last year's Calvin Ridley, but after 1 week you don't know yet.
Yeah.
Although if you're Kestner, you might have to.
Well, all his players are injured,
so that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Kestner didn't have a waiver claim.
What did he forget? Like what's going on?
I don't think so.
What's going on, big guy?
I don't think Kestner. I texted
my bench players are not the waivers.
I texted Kester yesterday and I said, "Hey, just a friendly reminder as a Steelers fan, if you're going to drop George Pickens, please reach out to me first before you just cut bait on him. Please, I'll give you something. You'll get something back." And he said, he gave me the thumbs up. I don't think he forgot. I think that it was a conscious decision. I know he's really high on his rookie RBs growing and developing talent. I know that his team roster can't survive that right now. So there is a level of like not wanting to cut anybody on his roster. But the flip side too, thinking, and this is somewhat what I would think about, is if there isn't that guy, right? And I do think Jaylen Warren, he should have paid up for. But other than Jaylen Warren, if there isn't that guy who you think you're going to make an immediate impact, I would rather save my FAAB and then pick apart some drops, pick apart some guys that I can get for cheap for nothing. So you are waiting for that guy because he needs, when that guy comes around, he needs to hit it.
And if you are playing for next year, which he very well may be, his rookie running backs don't fully mature until literally training camp of next year. And if he really wants to keep eligibility, like they could do nothing all season and still potentially have massive value next season.
Kenneth Walker could be next year he could be a smash. So I think that, and I don't know, I haven't conversed that with Kestner, but that line makes sense to me of like, not really anyone I want to buy in on. I'm going to hold my chips back. I'm going to try to pick off some guys that I know I can get for cheap or nothing. Because right now, like I know I have a waiver claim in for tomorrow, and it's for like $1 or $2 because I can see no one wanted the player, and I'm not excited about them. But like it's similar to the Hilliard, it's a receiver that I'm like, hey, I'm going to scoop this guy up real quick, just chuck him on my bench. And so I would not be surprised if we see Kestner scoop a couple guys for nothing in the next coming days.
Yeah, I think
and just play it that way.
Yeah, I looked
Does
at
it show $0 bids?
It shows $0 bids.
Yeah, I kind of look at the bench, and it's just like so many guys that are just long-term value, and I don't really see
a lot.
What happened with the Steelers D?
TJ Watt.
No, I mean it says you had a bid for it for more than Justin, but you couldn't pick him up.
Okay, so here's why. I bid 5 for the Bengals and got it.
The what?
So then my bid for the Steelers. So I had a bid for the Bengals defense and a bid for the Steelers defense.
Oh, okay.
Both were dropping the Colts.
Gotcha.
And so because my Bengals processed, I didn't have the Colts defense.
I'm surprised it still shows that. I feel like it should just automatically remove, but whatever. I guess it's still a bid.
Oh, no, yeah, the bids are there.
Yeah. That is interesting. I can see this.
All right. Well, anything else, boys?
I think we're good.
This has been a blast. Sam, as always.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Sam.
On. Yeah. You're essentially a better version of Justin, so it's glad
the record speaks for itself.
And we'll find out this week as well.
Yeah, take him down. All right, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.